Welcome back to week 5. This week we are doing Run, Lola Run for a review. This is a European film and it is not in English. And if you want to watch it, you can buy it on Amazon or Apple TV. I'm Juliana. This is Rebecca. And we will be doing the Run, Lola Run review today. So I want to get started, and something to point out in the movie is the editing done in this film. There was a lot of flashback scenes. There was a lot of slow motion editing. There was a lot done with the scenes going back to back in this movie, and you really have to pay attention, because in the movie, if you're not paying attention to the scenes, you will miss something.
Yeah, so back to the beginning, I thought it was really interesting when we talk about the editing part of it, was how they switched to animation.
Yes.
To depict part of the scene, and the big part of that was where she was always running down the stairs.
That was the only animation scene in this whole movie.
It flashed back to when she shut the door. Immediately she shut the door, it flashed back to what she was doing in the cartoon on the TV.
Right.
It was showing, what it was.
That was part of the editing that they had done. The only thing to notice in this movie was the only scene that did not change the entire time of the movie.
Because she tripped on one of them.
No, I'm talking about was the mom talking on the phone. That throughout the entire...
all 3 times?
All 3 times.
You think they only took that one time and then they just kept putting it in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was because when she went down the stairs, I don't know who that dude was, but I'm going to assume it was her brother.
I don't know, the one with the dog?
The one with the dog?
I don't know. Or somebody else that lives in the apartment.
That scene seemed to change. Also, something to note about this movie is the theme of the movie feels like the courses and decisions that you make in your life will change the courses and decisions in your future.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's always the butterfly effect.
Yeah, the butterfly effect is something that I noticed a lot. And that's just not with the main character, but that's with other characters in the movie as well. We not only noticed that when she rolled by a few of the non-main characters.
Oh, yeah, what kind of like her psychic ability to read what would happen to their lives. Like, it was almost like if her life choices changed and her life decisions changed,
so did theirs.
People that she encountered, whether she passing them, their life course changed as well. So, yeah, I mean, that was really good writing. To show that this stage is, or this flash of the stage, she's making this choice or this decision, and another person's life also adjusted accordingly. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about lighting or not, but I did notice, like, there was a couple of scenes where the lighting would focus on the speaker. Like, the 2 scenes
where they were laying in bed.
Yes. Yeah. You could tell how they would kind of shift the lighting on the 2 of them. And it was made it very personable. Versus when she was in the apartment or her home or whatever, very different than when she threw the phone up in the air. That lighting was completely different.
Another thing to note with the editing was you kind of, the scenes are so fast, and when she's running, there's always music behind her when she's running.
And I don't even remember the music. I just thought she's not even breathing heavy. Like, she ain't stopped running, and yet, you know, she's not really out of breath or anything.
The sound effects and the props in the movie were done well. With the gun and with the lady who used the cane at the phone booth. I mean, I really thought she was blind, in my opinion. I just believe that the overall editing, and it almost looked like, again, they were in Europe, or they were in a different...
They were in Germany.
Germany, right. It didn't feel like it was a... How would you...
Like it wasn't on a film set.
Right, like there was no, like, green screen, there was no... It was in real life realism action that was happening, and it felt very real, very noticeable, that you could tell. I don't even know if some of the actors were professional actors.
Well, I would say they were.
There was a few close-up scenes, like them laying in bed, and there were a few distant scenes as well, but I really wanted to focus on how the scenes were edited, especially when, I don't want to spoil anything, but when she goes down the first time, and it immediately went to a flashback scene.
Right.
And when he went down, it immediately went back to a flashback scene. Or, I don't know which conversation was real at that point, because they were both different, but they were both talking about the same thing, just in different 2 points of views.
Right. You know, one scene that kind of stuck out that was a little different was when she went to the casino.
Yes. The screaming.
Well, yeah, we knew that her scream broke things because it was so high-pitched, but it's almost like her scream kind of got what she wanted because it made the ball drop in the number 20 slot. I thought that was just the way that, you know, everybody was around the table, the way they angled in the film, the camera in at the table.
The angles.
The angles that they did shooting the tables the way they did. I thought that was a unique scene with the whole in the casino kind of vibe that they had. I thought that was a lot of different lighting and camera angling, etc.
Yes, that was very interesting to watch how the angles that they used, not only in that scene, but I also feel like when she was screaming his name, the angle camera was from two...
Oh, they split the screen,
They split the screen.
Yeah, you're talking about on the street when she was running up to find him, yeah, or like when he was getting ready to go into that grocery store or whatever.
Yes, and I don't know, the overall...
It was a very fast-paced movie, too. You had to really... was hyper focused on reading because it was very.
There was a few times where we had to go back and rewatch some
I was
scenes.
like, hold on, I didn't get to read all of it that fast because I was focused in on something else. But,
it was a fast-paced movie. It was very good editing. Overall, good production as well. The filmmakers did a really good job with the angling and the lighting and the setting and the props. It felt like we were watching some girl's life.
Yeah. I mean, and the possibilities of her thought processes and her choices and how they would have played out
were endless.
Yeah.
Yes. The theme was good. It was done well. Like, you could tell that they took time in writing.
Well, it portrayed that the whole overall, I guess, theme was portrayed love. And, you know, she could go about supporting her
significant other.
Yeah, significant other in a couple of different ways. Hey, you know what? I tried this option failed. Now I'm going to do everything I can to support you. And if that means grab a gun and do whatever, I'm going to do it. Or, you know, but, you know, she sees that that's really not the way that it should be. And then she goes on and it betrays, you know, I'm still here for you, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? This probably isn't the best way to do it either. And then, like, the third time, like she got it right. Like,
and each time this girl was going through it. This whole movie, too.
Well, I mean, she only gone through it once, but it was playing out how the role
I meant as in she was her life, like finding out about her father and.
Well, we don't know. Like the first time, we don't know if that's how it really played out.
Right, but it just felt like this girl was going through so much on top of what she was trying to do for her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, especially in the very beginning.
Yes,
you thought that anyway for her, but yeah.
But overall, the movie and production was well. Again, if you want to watch the movie, it's on Amazon Prime for rent and Apple TV for rent as well. I just want to take one more second to recognize, again, the editing of this movie. The scenes were split. There was perfect angles and perfect mixing, and it just went
lighting
animation of the movie
mixture.
And when I mean the film animation of the movie, when you talked about the TV, like the scene for that, the editing for that, you could see the TV and what she was doing, but you weren't actually in the scene.
Right.
Was the coolest part of the editing. Was what I wanted to point out. But I will leave you with this. The overall production of the movie was very good. And the filmmakers and the writers perfectly executed what they wanted to do. But that is this week's movie review. And we will see you all next week, next Sunday. I'm Juliana, and this is
Rebecca.
And we'll see you next week.